The objective for today is I can solve subtraction problems without regrouping 2 different ways. So here are all the different strategies that we've learned for subtraction. With base 10 blocks, we draw out the hundreds, tens, and the ones. And then we start in our ones, we subtract the ones. Next, we subtract the tens, and then we subtract the hundreds. For branching, we take our minuend and we write it out in an expanded form. And then we subtract the subtrahend in the ones, and then the tens, and then the hundreds. For algorithm, we line up our minuend and our subtrahend right on top of each other, and then we subtract our ones, our tens, and then our hundreds. The last thing that we learned was how to check our problem with addition. So we take our difference and we add that to our subtrahend, and if we get our minuend, then we know that we solved our subtraction problem correctly.
We're going to start with the problem 158 minus 33. So we're going to solve this problem first using the base 10 blocks and next using the algorithm. So for the base 10 blocks, we need to set up our hundreds, tens, and ones chart. Next, I'm going to build my minuend, which is 158. So I have 100, 5 tens, and 8 ones. Next, I'm going to subtract out my subtrahend, which is 33. So first, let's look in the ones. I have 3 ones to take away. 1, 2, 3. Now let's look in the tens. I have 3 tens to take away. 1, 2, 3. And no hundreds. So now let's see what I have left. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ones. See how many tens? I have 1, 2 tens, and I have 100. Now let's set it up with the algorithm. So let's do 158 minus 33. So notice how my ones are lined up, my tens are lined up, and my hundreds are lined up because 33 doesn't have any hundreds. So if I want, I can put my 0 in here to help me stay organized. So let's start in our ones. 8 minus 3 equals 5. 5 minus 3 in my tens equals 2. Now over to my hundreds. 1 minus 0 equals 1. So now let's double check. Did I get the same answer? I have 125. 125, so I know I got them both correct. So 158 minus 33 equals 125. Now let's solve 855 minus 545. Our first way is going to be with branching. So again, let's start with our HTO chart. And now for 855, I'm going to expand that to my 800s, my 5 tens, and my 5 ones. Now let's subtract my ones. 5 minus 5 equals 0. Now let's subtract my tens. 50 minus 40 equals 10. Now let's subtract my hundreds. 800 minus 500. Remember, I think 8 minus 5 is 3, but it's in the hundreds. So 310 and 0, that equals 310. Let's check it with addition now. So now I'm going to take my difference, my answer, that's going to be my first number, and then I add that to the subtrahend, the middle number, or I can see it up here. So let's add that number. And after I add these together, I know I got it correct if I end up with my minuend. So I'm hoping that I get 855. Let's see though. 0 plus 5 is 5. 1 plus 4 is 5. And 3 plus 5 is 8. So when I double check, yep, I got it correct. I like to put a check mark to show I got it right. So my answer, 855 minus 545, was 310.
Your independent practice today is to solve two different problems. So this first one, 561 minus 150, you're going to solve it one way and then solve it another way. So maybe you're going to use branching in the algorithm, or maybe you use base 10 blocks in branching. It's up to you to decide. Down here, you're going to solve 236 minus 135. So you're going to solve it over here, and then on this side, you're going to check with addition. When you finish, turn it in.